Today it snowed. And we're going to re-explore 3 parts on the Moped. Alright, first I want to re-explore the alternator inspection. This is if the stator is on the bike. So I skipped this yesterday, but this is what I want to check today. We have these values too. I want to check these 2 things on the alternator. Since the engine is all taken apart, I have the stator here, obviously, and all I did was grab some wire and run one wire here. This is the ground wire that's underneath the seat, and then I just put the green wire under this bolt here and secured this bolt. I'm going to clip this on the ground. Turn that to the audio symbol. Touch these leads. Got that? So now this alternator is grounded to the bike. I'm going to move this over here. Test that. We've got that there. Let's see if it's still grounded. Then I am going to switch this to ohms. This is basically the engine ground that the manual asks for. First, I'm going to check the resistance in the charging circuit. The yellow to ground should be 0.3 to 1.5. It is sitting at 1.3. The yellow wire is good. The white in that circuit should be the same numbers. Well, 0.5 to 1.5. And it's sitting at 1.5, 1.6. So the charging system, these 2 are good to go. Next is the ignition circuit. The black and red should have 50 to 300 ohms, and the blue and yellow should have 10 to 100. So we'll start with blue and yellow. It's sitting at 21.4, which is between 10 and 100. Let's test the black and red lead. That is registering 0.198 kilo ohms, which is 198 ohms. The range for the black and red is between 50 and 300 ohms. This is sitting at 200. So this ignition circuit is good. I just want to verify where these 3 are going. The blue and yellow goes to this pulsar coil. I have this alligator clip on the blue and yellow lead. So we know that the wire that is going there. So this is the pulsar and this is the exciter. And then let's just make sure that the charging circuit is actually going through here. We have continuity there. We have continuity there. So these 3 lines we now know are all going through here. The black and red wire is on its own coil. It's on this exciter coil. I did go back and double check the manual. It simply says remove the stator by removing the 2 attaching bolts, which is, there's one here that's still in that I was using for the ground, and I've already taken this one out. That tells me that this bolt and this one are the only things holding this stator to the cover. So this is something I'm going to have to play with this weekend and see if maybe I can get this out. The next part I want to work on is getting the clutch off. It actually says remove the 10mm nut holding the clutch outer, which is this bell housing. When I went to put some wrenches on it, that is a 13, and that is a 14. It's actually the 14 that's on here. So I don't know if this is actually the right nut, but either way, I want to try to get this off. I believe this is going to be counterclockwise, turning this. I'm going to give it a little try, and then if it doesn't, I'm going to try the other direction. Strap wrench is working out well. Oh, spoke too soon. Either that is jammed on there and rusted on, or you're supposed to spin it clockwise to get it off. I'm going to guess that that is seized on there. Before I spray down with some WD-40, I'm going to just try to heat this up. Just use a kitchen torch. See if that did anything. Still does not want to come off. I may have to soak this a bunch over the weekend and keep going at it. I gave the cylinder head, the cylinder, and the carburetor and the pistons all a nice hot bath in simple green. The last part that I want to explore is the cylinder. This is not the piston that came out of it. The piston that came out of it had a lot of score marks. And what I noticed is right there, there's some score marks. The cylinder feels smooth, but there is some score marks in here. I could buy a hone and clean this up, but I also have a couple of other engines sitting over in storage. So I might just invest in time in taking them apart and see what their cylinders look like. That is going to wrap it up for today. The stator checks out according to the manual. The cylinder head has some score marks, but I might have a better cylinder in storage. I'm going to work on the clutch this weekend, soak it, try it again, soak it. Hopefully that comes off. If you like this video, please hit like. Let's go explore.